absolute best senior basketball players from the Buckeye State lace them up on the high school hardwood for the final time alongside fellow standouts from the class of 2025. And you can watch it all go down live and free exclusively right here on the OH.Report. Pre-game coverage and your opening tip-off coming at you right here and now. Good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Skoronsky. Very excited to see the best collection of senior talent in the state of Ohio hit the hardwood for the final time before moving on to the next level. Most of these players will indeed be taking their talents to the collegiate level of basketball. But one more chance to showcase their talent in front of a nice crowd here at Olentangy Liberty High School in Columbus, where you're about to see a bunch of baddies out here put it on the line one more time and really showcase what they have to offer on the hardwood. In just a moment, I'll send it down to the sidelines. Michael Clapper is on the microphone, renowned voice artist, known for his time with the Washington Mystics and Wizards and at Lexington High School. Been doing it for a long time. He will have your player introductions for both the North and the South All-Stars here tonight. Right now, though, beginning with the coaches on each side. Joe Schoenfield of Cincinnati Elder is leading the South squad alongside Josh Schumaker of Minford. And then on the North side, those here that are fans of the OH.Report, very familiar with Steve Keller of Margaretta. He and Joe Mackey of Brunswick, the two coaches that will be running the side of things over on the North. We'll now set it down to Clapper for your player introductions.
Northwest in the district in 2025, from Warren JFK, Nick Ryan. He was first team All-Ohio in 2025, first team Northeast Lake District in 2025, Player of the Year Suburban League 2025, and first team Suburban League in 2025. His college choice is Miami University. From Brecksville, Brady Kinley. He was third team All-Ohio in 2025, Player of the Year District 3 in 25, Player of the Year Southwestern Conference in 25, Player of the Year Lorain County in 25, and first team Northeast Lake District in 2025. His college is undecided. From Elyria Senior, Jayden Crutcher. He was first team All-Ohio in 2025, first team Northeast Inland District in 25, Player of the Year Northeast Inland District, and Player of the Year Stark County in 2025. First team Stark County in 2025, going to attend Walsh University. From Louisville, Jayden Crutcher. He was first team All-Ohio in 25, Player of the Year Northeast Inland District in 25, and Player of the Year District 4 in 25. First team All-Star County in 25, first Northeast Inland District in 25, and first team District 4 in 25. He'll also be attending Walsh University. From Canton Central, Luke Lakowski. He was first team All-Ohio in 25, Player of the Year Muskingum Valley League in 25, Player of the Year District 5 East District in 25, most points in a career season in 25, first team Muskingum Valley League in 25, first team District 5 East District, also most steals in a career season and game in 2025. His college is undecided. From Coshocton, Olentangy. He was first team All-Ohio in 25, second team All-Ohio Correction, Player of the Year in District 5 in 2025, first team East District in 2025, and McDonald's All-American nominee in 25. Will be attending West Liberty University. From Steubenville, Jayden Crutcher. He was first team All-Ohio in 25, Player of the Year First Team District 6 in 25, Player of the Year Sandusky Bay Conference, also First Team Sandusky Bay Conference in 25, First Team Northwest District in 2025. His college choice is yet to be decided. From Old Fort High School, Ryan Handelsberger. He's first team All-Ohio in 25. Player of the Year, Sandusky Bay Conference in 25. First team Northwest District in 25. And Player of the Year, Northwest District in 25. His college is undecided. From Sandusky, Jason Henlon. He was Player of the Year, Toledo Area Athletic League in 25. Player of the Year, Northwest District, also Player of the Year, District 7 in 25. And First Team Northwest District in 2025. His college is undecided. From Toledo Christian, Karter Koester. He was second team All-Ohio 2025. First team Three Rivers Athletic Conference in 25. And first team Northwest District in 2025. He'll attend the University of Detroit from Lima Senior, Jekel Cotton. He was Player of the Year All-Ohio in 2025. First team All-Ohio in 25. Player of the Year Ohio Capital Conference in 25. And first team Ohio Capital Conference in 2025. Player of the Year Central District and first team Central District in 2025. He'll be going to the University of Akron from Westerville North, Tyree Perkins. He was special mention All-Ohio in 25, first team Central District in 25, and Player of the Year District 10 in 25. First team Central Buckeye League in 2025, and first team District 10 in 25. He'll be attending Walsh University from Bishop Brady High School, Jayden Crutcher. He was Player of the Year, First Team All-Ohio in 2025. Player of the Year, First Team Ohio Capital Conference in 25. Player of the Year, Central District, and Mr. OHSBCA in 2025. Player of the Year, District 11, and Mr. Basketball Finalist 2025. From Olentangy Orange, Devin Brown. He was second team All-Ohio in 25, first team Central District in 25, and first team Ohio Capital Conference in 2025. First team District 11 in 25, and first team District 11 in 2025. Attending Northwestern University from Olentangy Liberty, Tyler Crump. He's first team All-Ohio in 25, also first team Ohio Capital Conference in 25, and first team District 11 in 25, first team District Central District in 25. He'll be attending Kent State University from Delaware Hayes, Landon Vanderwarker. He's second team All-Ohio in 25, Player of the Year Eastern District in 25, and Player of the Year District 12 25. First team Ohio Valley Athletic Conference in 25. First team East District in 25 and first team District 12 in 2025. His college choice is undecided. From Monroe Central, Tucker Howell. He's second team All-Ohio in 2025. Player of the Year Ohio Valley Conference in 25. First team Southeast District in 25. First team Ohio Valley Conference in 25, and Matt Preps Athlete of the Week in 2025. He'll be attending University of Rio Grande from Fairland, Brody Buchanan. He was first team All-Ohio in 2025, Player of the Year Southeast District in 2025. Player of the Year Twin State League in 25 and first team District 13 2025. First team Southeast District also in 25 and first team Twin State League 2025. His college choice is undecided. From Vincent Warren, Julian Settleman.
Thanks for having us down.
He's first team All-Ohio in 25. Player of the Year, Southern Ohio Conference in 25. Player of the Year, District 14 in 25. And Player of the Year, Southeast District in 25. Also first team SOC in 25. And first team District 14 in 2025. He'll be attending West Liberty University from Minford, Miles Montgomery.
The people have the same numbers. I'm going to
He was second team All-Ohio in 25. Player of the Year, Greater Miami Conference in 25. Player of the Year, District 15 in 25. And Player of the Year, Southwest District in 25. Also, first team Greater Miami Conference in 25. And first team District 2025. His college choice is the Miami University of Ohio. From Lakota East, Trey Perry. He was first team All-Ohio in 2025, Player of the Year, District 15 in 2025. Also, first team Southwest District in 2025, first team District 15 in 25, first team SWBL in 25. His college is undecided from Franklin, Kai Cook. And he was first team All-Ohio in 2025. Player of the Year, Southwest District in 25. Also first team Southwest District in 25. And first team Greater Catholic League in 2025. He'll be attending the University of Delaware from Archbishop Moeller, Alec Kazanecki. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a great round of applause for all of our 2025 All-Stars.
There are the units for both sides. Again, tip your cap to Michael Clapper for the announcements here tonight as the North-South All-Star game just about set to begin here inside of Olentangy Liberty High School. So look inside the huddle of the South All-Stars. South looks like they're going to start Tyler Kropp here tonight, alongside Devin Brown, Brody Buchanan, Kai Cook, and Miles Montgomery. For the North squad, you're looking at Luke Velasky, Brady Granley, Braden Gross, Colton Conkle, and Karter Koester. It's the South winning the tip, and just 5 seconds in, they take the lead. Buchanan explodes like he's out of a rocket ship. Straight to Rack City in the left-handed finish. Pull-up jumper the other way for the North, and it hits off the restraint. So it'll be South basketball. If you tuned in for the girls' game a little while back, it was the South who ran away with the game. They led basically from start to finish. See if it can be the same thing here as Caden Schaefer able to get in sight. Goes good off the square, but back the other way. Vlakowski rains down a three-pointer from the corner. Luke from Canton Central Catholic. Looking to move on to the next level. Will be playing D2 ball at Walsh University.
Able to get inside. Goes good.
Or a foul inside on the block attempts. And we'll have our first free throws very early, less than a minute in. Not a lot of fouls to be had in the girls' game tonight. Kropp, the hometown kid, playing in his home gym. Thought he'd have a little bit more fanfare here in the building. 6'3", though, he's able to pump up the lead. Spinning inside goes Gross, skip pass up top, long three. Blakowski now knocked down a couple from the land of three. Evens things up here at 6 apiece. Buchanan off the screen, gets the switch. Nice pass inside, and the local product crop up and over the top of the rim. Excellent prospects. One of a handful of kids that will be moving on and playing at the Division I level next year. And a smart kid, too, going to be attending Northwestern University. Nice soft hands on the inside. You see there on the replay of the last bucket from the 6'9" crop. Here's a stagger screen this time. 3 ball. Not close there for Buchanan. Now Koester tries his way down the lane. Kick out to the corner. Blakowski's already knocked down a couple. Said he'll kick it out. And this 3 off the mark for Brady Ganley. But they'll clean it up inside off the offensive rebound, and our first second chance points tonight. Nice ball movement to the corner. Nothing but net here from Caden Schaefer. Caden, one of 3 players participating tonight that'll be playing for the Cavaliers of Walsh when he makes his way to the collegiate level. It's been a great developing program over the last several years. Got some good talent, of course. And here is a look at Braden Gross, nearly a double-double kid in his averages throughout the season, and you love seeing that percentage of 55% from the floor. Louisville, long run in the tournament this year. Watched them play at the fairgrounds. Really exciting game. Knocked off Reedy. And here he is with the tip back into his hands in the left hand. Back the other way, the South gets the 3, and this will fall from the corner for Miles Montgomery. Moving on to play big-time basketball at West Liberty in his future. Blakowski got the Player of the Year, according to the Coaches Association. Devin Brown on him, and he goes flying by off the pump fake, and he puts it in. So 8 quick points here for the Crusader from Canton Central Catholic. Brown just so smooth, able to just manipulate his body so well after he leaves the ground, and saw why right there. His first bucket, and now 2 in a row with the left hand. Back at the other side from Braden Gross. So it'll land on the end line and stay down here at this end with the South. Devin Brown, state champion. Olentangy Orange, first time in program history they were able to cut down the nets at state. And this is a kid that recruited by Davidson. That's where he's going to be headed as we get a missed dunk attempt. But the 950 career points won't astound you, but it's everything else that he does. He just fully understands what he needs to do to will his team to a victory, and that is why the Pioneers 26 wins this year in Division I champs. Here's Devin out on the run, 2-handed flush job. So right on cue. The Coaches Association Player of the Year for D1 coming through with a big-time throwdown. Off the bounce again. Getting to one of his favorite spots, but missing inside was Braden Gross. Still battling, but it's tipped away. Here's Brody Buchanan. Head of steam. Sets it up. Montgomery can't knock down his second triple. Now Davis handling up top. And we'll get a whistle to stop play. Wholesale substitutions on both sides as fresh bodies into the mix And some familiar faces that you saw on the OH report over the last couple of seasons. Going to be playing the point guard role here for each of these teams. Here's one. Jason Henlin from Sandusky, a late commit to Ashland University. Just made that known over the last several weeks after an amazing tournament run by the Blue Streaks. First time in their program history they're able to get to a state Final Four. And the South gets Julian Stadelman from Vincent Warren to step into a long jumper. Three ball back the other way is good. And now we'll send it down to the sideline. We've got Travis Berardi, and he is hanging out with Devin Brown.
Here with state champion Devin Brown, heading to Davidson College. First off, Devin, how's it feel to be able to get one more game under your belt before you head off to Davidson?
Feels great. Obviously, this school, this jersey means a lot to me. I love my team, so it feels great to just put it on one last time.
Now that you've had about a month to decompress and digest, how's it feel to win a state championship at Olentangy Orange?
It feels great. It's never been done before. I'm glad that we were the first one to do it. Hopefully, younger guys can bring more of that. But I'm just glad we were able to finally finish the mission. But, yeah, it feels great.
It must have felt good to kind of beat a rival for the state championship as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a rivalry because last year's game they took it kind of personally. We knew if we played our game, we knew it was going to come on top.
Now you're heading off to college. How's it feel to be going to the college that Steph Curry played at?
Feels good. There's a lot of legacy over there, a lot of big names, a lot of networking over there. So lots of opportunity. So I feel really happy about going there.
Well, Devin, it's been a pleasure covering you over your course of your career at Olentangy Orange, and best of luck at Davidson.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you, Brian.
All right, thanks, Trav. Yeah, how cool is that to go to the house that Steph built? And Davidson wasn't much of a premier program at the collegiate level until Mr. Curry arrived, and he really changed the fortunes for them. And with their longtime head coach, who I believe retired recently, they were able to put together some nice runs, and Devin certainly will help bolster the program back to where they were when Steph helped lead them to the Elite Eight. Been a lot of offense that we've seen since Devin was on the mic. Now how about a little bit of defense? Nick Ryan getting a piece of it. That'll set up a miss flush at the other end. Ryan Adelsberger of Old Fort. Normally he's able to put those away easily at 6'4". Missing this time. And outside, Perkins with the setup inside, feeding Crop. And the overhead shot coming up a little bit short. Another turnover. Now here's Ty up ahead of the pack. And he can throw it down. He's a little bit undersized, at maybe about 5'11", but you see he has got some bunnies, boy. Westerville North, a mainstay on the OH report over the last couple of seasons, and really excited to see that they had Ty involved in this game. The most dominant team in the entire state of Ohio, regardless of division this year, once they got into tournament, were the Warriors of Westerville North. And that's why they were able to cut down the nets as state champs. Here's Ty, open look, bottoms. Perkins with 5 quick points here. Now Helen off the attack, and I mean, nobody is quite as smooth as that cat when he's able to get in and around the painted area. Just love watching his versatility, finishing ability with each hand. Here's a three, came up well short here from, I think, Caden Schaefer. There are 3 number 2s listed on the roster for the South. Now Henlin, the up and under. I see his future head coach, John Ellenwood, here in the building. It's great support for John to come down here and watch him participate. The only player from AU committed, at least here tonight, but you heard in the player introductions that there's quite a few undecided players, and usually those are the types that will end up at the Division II and III level if they're looking to continue their careers. Stadelman buries that trifecta as well. Off the kick out, Henlin, extra pass. Now the step back jumper falls here for Colton Cockle. Excuse me, that's Jekel Cotton, but Jason Henlin, what a run for Sandusky. Had never won a regional game in the history of the program until this season. Took his Blue Streaks all the way to the state Final Four, and even though there was a really strong senior class around him, last couple of years, very special for Sandusky. Only suffered 2 defeats during his junior campaign, and got another missed dunk here. As Ganley, I think, pulled up a little bit early on that one. Allows the leak out in the transition 3, but it doesn't cost him. As Koester rises up for the rebound, and he'll get it to Gross here. Devin Brown defending on him. Boys playing some competitive defense here tonight despite only having 2 practices with one another. It looked to me like Brown was able to reestablish himself. Still be back over to the north side in the white jerseys, and whoa, how about this one? Up to the 3rd story goes Braden. Jaw-dropping dunk right there off of the inbound. Well drawn up play by Coach Schoenfield and Schumaker, but it's a 3 back at the other end. Pulling up for the north. They'll miss it, but they'll get a 3. Koester can't knock it down either. Battle for possession, and they'll get it out away from the pack. Here is a 2-on-2. Brown with the setup to the corner, and it lips out. Long rebound here to Cockle. Lost the handle, and it'll be a turnover for the north. Ty Perkins, state champion on the most exciting team that I had the privilege of covering all season long, and I saw every team at the state tournament, all 14 of them this year in the finals in Dayton. Ty, 1,000-point scorer, 25-2 record this year for the Warriors. And the player of the year in Division II, well deserved. Speaking of well deserved, how about the scholarship that Jason Henlin was able to get to AU? Travis is hanging out with him right now.
Here with Sandusky phenom Jason Henlon. Jason, you've had a bit to decompress, to think about it, but can you just talk about the ride that you guys had to the state Final Four this year, making history at Sandusky?
It was fun playing one last time with all my brothers. I mean, doing it in our last year was great. I mean, we came up short, but I mean, making history with all of them. We talked about it since we were all kids, and it coming true is great.
You've had some great players in the past, even recently. Just what made this team different to reach the heights that you guys did?
Our togetherness, our grit. I mean, everybody knowing what everybody's gonna do. How we've been playing. We know each other by now. All the years we played together, so it was just easy to get together and easy to criticize each other when we needed to.
And how's it feel? Being selected for this game. A lot of great players. A lot of players going to some big colleges. Just what's it mean to be selected for this game and to play in it?
It feels great. I mean, it feels not a lot of people from my school have done it, so being a selected few to do it feels great.
And, I mean, the start that you had like 3 or 4 buckets already. You feel like you're in the groove right now? It feels like just another game for you.
Yeah, it just feels like a game. I mean, my last high school game playing, so, I mean, I want to go out with a bang.
Well, Jason, it's been a pleasure covering you over the 4 years. Best of luck, and best of luck at the next level.
Thank you.
Back to you, Brian.
Jason Hanlon, just a real pleasure to watch play. Covered several of his tournament games this year, and the ride that they went on almost never happened. They were down almost 20 points in the second half against Mansfield Senior in their district semifinal game before they absolutely exploded. I think they knocked down like 6 or 7 straight threes in that game. Hanlon was right at the point. They were able to make the run to the first ever state Final Four for the Blue Streaks. Boy, was there a lot of offense going down during that conversation with Jason. Both sides heating it up. And that will continue as Colton Conkle drills that three-pointer. Kid out of Coshocton, where some of my family is from. Let's get a foul on the drive here. It'll put Miles Montgomery on the free throw line. Just the second team foul, and only 5:46 remaining here in this opening half. Over under, I'm going to put at about 230 on this game here tonight. Really seen a lot of aggression from Braden Gross. He's got the highlight of the night unquestionably with that one-handed flush job. Here's a nice step back here from Brady Ganley of Brecksville. He's going to be playing D1 Miami University of Ohio. Brown as well, trying to look like his Davidson brethren. Steph Curry there with the triple. Now back-to-back Ganley. Like a Drake song here. 2 in a row. He'll check out as fresh bodies all coming back in. A little bit of KD to his game right here. One leg back up. Straight away three right there. We've got a tight game going now. 47-46. South Squad has led for the majority of the action. See if they can go back up top. Up and under. Just not enough hang time that time for Julian. Leads to the leak out, and Jason Henlon. This dude is like a human firecracker. He just explodes up and down the floor. Very few quicker with the basketball that I have seen over the last several seasons on the OH.Report. Very gifted distributor as well to Nick Ryan, the all-time leading scorer in the history of Warren JFK High School and the entire county where he grew up. Awesome stuff from him, and Nick, another kid that been able to watch during tournament play over the last several seasons. Love Nick Ryan, and what's not to love about those numbers? Unbelievable career. Had to run into the likes of the all-time scoring leader in the history of Ohio. Knocked him out of the tournament, I believe, this last year. Seasons before that, when there were only 4 divisions, ran into Richmond Heights at the regional level. If not for that, probably could have seen JFK get to a state Final Four. Ryan did not get the opportunity to do that, but boy, did he accomplish a ton during his career. Tough shot on the inside. Not able to finish it off is Jekel Cotton. Now they'll lob it in there, and then Cotton with the wedgie off the block. I've seen a lot of shots misfired. I don't know that I've seen too many blocks to pull off the wedgie. Cotton just smashed it right in there. Kid's a phenomenal shot blocker, 6'7". Be heading to the University of Detroit. Got some great tutelage by Quincy Simpson during his time at Lima Senior. And another awesome season for them. And that's been a fantastic program since Quincy took over. And even before that, 22 wins for the Spartans this year. Gambles this time off the reach and in the misfire. That leads to Henlon on the breakout. Gets it to Cotton, switch pass. And here's the 3-ball, too strong. Offensive rebound, and the floater is good here from Aiden Davis. Aiden, another awesome high school season for him in his final campaign. 21-4 for Steubenville this year. And this was a kid right on the precipice. He needed about 2 more games to join that coveted 2,000-point club. Very few in the history of the state of Ohio can say that they've been able to do that for the fellas. Henlon off the screen. He'll pull up from the elbow. First misfire tonight for Jason. And stepped around, heading the other way. See Tucker Howell with the inbound from Monroe Central. Now Brown from the logo. Can't dial up a triple. Ryan with the rebounds, pushing back the other way. And tipped up and in by Cotton. Brown again off the attack, reversing between the legs dribble, now flips it into the corner. And a bad pass from Schaefer gets picked off. Leads to a transition 3-ball from Brady Ganley. Aiden Davis, rather. Keep getting those two studs mixed up. Strong rebound inside for the local kid. Crop just bullies his way in there. And the Olentangy Liberty Senior puts in 2 more. How about back-to-back threes now for Davis? Jason Henlon with the setup each time as well. So those two starting to get some connectivity going out there on the floor. How about a 3 for the big fella from downtown? Crop showcasing that he's got a little bit of range to his game, more than just a 6'9" figure. As Henlon misfires there, another rebound for Tyler. Here's Crop pushing the pace. Tough shot, and it rims out here for Saddleman. Ryan with the setup, right back to him. Nick with the left hand. Strong catch down low. Julian lays it in. Final 35 seconds. And that one, toilet bowl's out halfway home for Adelsberger. And they just keep feeding this boy inside. Crop off the back iron. Ryan with the board. Adelsberger off the crossover, sets up Nick, long range 3, and it's nothing but net. Nick Ryan didn't shoot a ton of threes during his campaign senior season for the Eagles, but showing right there that he's got the capabilities. Good if it goes, but it's a little bit short. And that is how this opening half will end. Ryan with a couple of highlight plays. The North out in front right now, 66-55. So just a ton of offense here on display tonight. Keep the action here at the halftime break. A lot of awards to be presented by the Coaches Association. Executive Director Joe Baylog filling in our PA man with exactly what we're looking at here, but oh, what a great shot by our Travis Berardi, right on top of all the plaques and the awards. So the coaches of the year, the players of the year, will get their awards. And with that, we'll turn it over to Michael Clapper. And you'll meet all of the assistants and the coaches of the year right now.
PGC runs game-changing basketball camps nationwide where you can learn to be the smartest player on the floor. First, the OHSBCA Boys Assistant Coaches of the Year in Divisions 1, 2, and 3. Jeff Eicher of Strongsville High School. Jeff has dedicated 42 years to coaching, with 40 of those years being at Strongsville High School. Head coach Kevin Sparrow states Jeff is an incredibly hard worker who has represented our school with integrity for decades. In Division 4 and 5 at Toledo of Firelands High School. Ed's coaching career spent more than 5 decades with an impressive 55 years spent on the bench. Firelands head coach Colin Myers states Ed's commitment to teaching the game and going above and beyond for the program is unmatched. In Division 6 and 7, Brett Cable of Colonel Crawford High School. Brett has dedicated the past 26 years to coaching JV teams at Colonel Crawford for an impressive 387 and 168 record. Head coach David Sheldon states Brett is an exceptional coach who plays a crucial role in getting our players ready for varsity basketball and is an integral part of our program's success. Next is the OHSBCA Boys Coaches of the Year. In Division 1, Anthony Kello of Olentangy Orange High School. Anthony led the Pioneers to a record 26 and 2 and the Division 1 state championship. In his 13 years as head coach, he's compiled a record of 202 and 115, winning 3 league titles, 5 sectional championships, 3 district championships, 1 regional title, and 1 state championship. In Division 2, Josh Hose of Massillon High School. Josh led the Tigers to a record 19 and 6, and in his years as head coach, he's compiled a record 209 and 121, winning 3 league titles and 6 sectional titles. In Division 3, Darrell Black of Bacon High School. Darrell led the Falcons to a record 27 and 2 and finished as a Division 3 state runner-up. In his 4 years as head coach, he has a record of 60 and 33 with 2 league titles, 1 sectional title, 1 district title, and 1 regional title. In Division 4, Matt Combs of Unioto High School. Matt led the Shermans to a record 22 and 4 and an appearance in the regional tournament in his first season at Unioto. Previous to this season, he's coached at Vinton County for 22 seasons and has compiled an overall record of 388 and 160, winning 13 league titles, 9 sectional titles, and 4 district championships. In Division 5, Josh Schumaker of Minford High School. Josh led the Falcons to a record 25 and 2, advancing to the state semifinal game. In his 19 seasons as head coach, he's compiled a record of 271 and 168, winning 6 league titles, 6 sectional titles, and 1 district championship and 1 regional championship. In Division 6, Kurt Moeller of Marion Lowell High Schooler. Kurt led the Flyers to a record 26 and 3 and a Division 6 state runner-up. In his 14 years as head coach, he's compiled a record of 245 and 117, winning 4 league titles, 10 sectional titles, 7 district titles, 2 regional championships, and a state championship in 2018. In Division 7, Spencer Cotton of Russia High School. Spencer led the Raiders to a perfect 29-0 record and a Division 7 state championship this season. In his 6 seasons as head coach, he has a record of 136, 25 winning, 6 league titles, 4 sectional titles, 4 district titles, 3 regional championships, and 1 state championship. Congratulations to all these coaches, and thanks to PGC for their support of the Ohio High School Basketball Coaches Association. Now on to the OHSBCA Boys Players of the Year. In Division 1, Devin Brown of Olentangy Orange High School. Devin played for Coach Anthony Keller and led the Pioneers to a record of 26-2 and a Division 1 state championship. Devin averaged 14 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, 4.3 assists. Devin will be attending Davidson College to play for the Wildcats and Coach Matt McKillop. In Division 2, Perkins of Westerville North High School. Ty played for Coach Sean Presley and led the Wildcats to a record of 25-2. Ty averaged 15.3 points per game, 3.1 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 2.2 steals. Ty will be attending the University of Akron for the Zips and Coach John Gross. In Division 3, Jayden Arnold of Aiken High School. Jayden played for Coach Terrell Black and led the Arcs to a record 27-2 and a state runner-up in Division 3. Jayden averaged 19.6 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 2.5 steals. Jayden will be attending Purdue Fort Wayne University to play for the Mastodons and Coach John Kaufman. In Division 4, R.J. Greer of Archbishop Walter High School. R.J. played for Coach Eric Coulter and led the Knights to a record 20-7 in an appearance in the regional finals. R.J. averaged 18 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.7 assists. He's currently undecided on his college choice. In Division 5, Dorian Jones of Richmond Heights High School. Dorian played for Coach Quentin Rogers and led the Spartans to a record 17-10 and an appearance in the regional final. Dorian averaged 17 points per game, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Dorian will be attending the Ohio State University to play for the Buckeyes and Coach Jake Diebler. In Division 6, Tucker Howell of Monroe Central High School. Tucker played for Coach Mason Blank and led the Seminoles to a record 26-3, winning the school's first state championships in its first trip to the state tournament. Tucker averaged 15.4 points per game, 9 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 2.1 steals. He is currently undecided where he'll play at the college level. In Division 7, Quinn Wozniak of Cornerstone Christian High School. Quinn played for his father, Coach Babe Wozniak, and led the Patriots to a record 21-9, an appearance in the state final. Quinn averaged 37.2 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, 7.8 assists, and 1.2 steals. He finished his high school career as the leading scorer in Ohio high school basketball history. Fans, how about a nice round of applause for all of our Players of the Year. Mr. OHSBCA recognizes the most outstanding boys player in Ohio high school basketball. Now this award is sponsored by Huddle. Huddle provides the latest technology for coaches and players to be at the forefront of high school performance environment. John Project from Huddle will present the 2025 Mr. OHSBCA Award. Head coach Anthony Keller states that this Mr. exists about Mr. OHSBCA. Devin is a complete basketball player. He can score, but he's also a willing and capable passer who consistently makes the right play to help his team. His teammates love him for his first-team attitude and his joy for the game. It's contagious. Congratulations to Devin Brown of Olentangy Orange High School. And congratulations to all of our OHSBCA Players of the Year.
Very cool. Devin Brown given the Elite Award, Mr. OHSBCA for 2025. The future Davidson Wildcat cleaning up the awards, state champion in his senior season as well. Big congratulations to all of the winners for the Coach and Player of the Year presented by OHSBCA. We will take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back. Your second half action on the way from Columbus.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
We know you love to head to the ballpark, but when you're unable to, let us take you out to the ball game on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, and as always, live and free on the OH Report.
She got that.
This Saturday, catch one of the biggest basketball events Ohio has to offer, featuring top talent from all corners of the state. The OH Report is proud to partner with Bleacher Republic for the Buckeye Classic AAU Basketball Championships, streaming 9 featured games from Fieldhouse USA in Columbus with a scoreboard, instant replays, and post-game interviews with highly touted prospects, playmakers, and future stars on the high school hardwood. For just $2 per game, you can watch all the action on your smartphone, tablet, TV, or PC. And it's only available through the OH Report website. So get your full-day pass at OH.Report/Buckeye Classic and find out who's got next in Ohio high school hoops.
Second half action just about set to begin here in the North-South All-Star game from Olentangy Liberty High School in Columbus. Quick look at some of our first half stars, or at least I'll fill you in on them. For the South side, 2 players in double figures right now. Tyler Kropp, hometown kid, doing a nice job. He's got 14, leads all scores in the contest tonight. Also pulled down a couple of rebounds. 13 points for Kai Cook, on the strength of 3 of 4 shots from beyond the arc. He's also snagged 3 rebounds as well. Over on the other side, 2 players in double figures as well. Aiden Davis Off of the bench, he has 11. He's perfect from the field at 4 for 4. And then Nick Ryan of Warren JFK is 4 of 6 from the field, 10 points, a couple 2-3 rebounds of his own. As we're back to action, let's hear from one of the guys that's keeping the ship flowing here tonight, Margaretta's head coach, down on the sideline hanging out with Travis. Trev?
Back here with the man who celebrated his 300th career victory. Coaching for Margaretta, coaching them to a regional appearance, Steve Keller. Coach, you've had some time. Have you been able to just comprehend and think about what you guys were able to do this year, first district championship in a little bit?
Yeah, you know, we were blessed. We just had a historic year, you know. I mean, we've been able to, you know, set different school records and just was really pleased with what the guys did all year. And, you know, it kind of ended with a, you know, little disappointment versus Columbus Academy, but they go on and play in the state final and have a chance to win it versus Lutheran East. So, you know, our guys did a lot of good things. We had a tremendous year, 18 consecutive wins, most in school history, tied the record for most school wins in a season. Just a lot of good things. But nice thing is our underclassmen it's kind of made them more hungry. So, Lord willing, we can stay healthy. We'll keep working. And, you know, we're blessed. We got some great kids.
And you got some great kids coming back. But, I mean, just talking about that Columbus Academy game real quick, they had you down early, but the fight you guys had in that third quarter to take the lead, it has to show them that they play their game. They could play with the best.
Yeah, you know, that's what we focused on in the offseason. We said at the banquet, you know, we played with the state runner-up and a couple possessions away from being a state champion to a, you know, tie game after 3 after being down. The thing that we did well in that third was we kind of just threw caution to the wind. You know, their length bothered us early because we can't simulate that. But in the third, we just came out and played our game. And, you know, no, you know, disrespect to Columbus Academy, but we had some shots in that game in the fourth and even in the first half that we had made all year, but we just were a little bit, you know, out of sorts with not making some open shots and things. But kudos to them. Their length bothered us some.
And, you know, as a coach, knowing what you have coming back, does that change anything during the off season?
You know, no, not really. It's always about developing the guys that got to step in and be guys for you. You know, the nice thing is, obviously, we got a lot of guys that played major roles coming back. But, you know, it's still about finding some depth. It's still about getting those junior varsity kids that got to play some minutes for you, that improvement to be good varsity players. And, you know, we'll lose 2 important seniors that played a lot, but the third and Ben Kaufman was a really good player for us too, and such a great team attitude. So we got some, you know, things that we got to get accomplished this offseason, but we'll work hard and try to get it done.
Well, congratulations on a great season. We look forward to seeing you guys next year.
Hey, we appreciate it. Thank you for all your guys' support and coverage.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Coach Steve Keller of the Margaretta Polar Bears had a fantastic season, a historic season, as Coach mentioned. Went into the tournament with just 1 loss and went toe-to-toe with the eventual state runner-up, and they certainly will have a player playing in this game next year. Julian Washington, junior this season, first-team All-Ohioan, super special talent, and my gosh, the fireworks so far here in the second half. The offense very similar to what we saw in the ladies' version of tonight's game. Once they kind of got their bearings about them, get their basketball legs back under them, really have taken off as that's tipped up and in here. And the Louisville Products really having a fantastic night so far. Brady Gross well into double figures now. Here he is with the basketball, looking to go end to end, the Euro step, the tip. And it's taken away here by Buchanan. Buchanan with the lob and just off the back iron there. But it ends up with a 3-pointer, so they trade in the 2 for the triple. Works out well for the South squad. Now playing a little bit of defense. Come away with the theft, the lob, and just a layup here for Tyler Kropp. Looks like he's a little bit gassed right now. Walking on the way back on the defensive end, didn't need his length out there. And here he is again, looking for back-to-back buckets. Instead, he tried to lob it inside there for Schaefer. And it's last off of Caden's outstretched fingertip. Now it's time for the North. Got an 8-point lead right now. Strong take and a foul. Kai Cook with the foul. Colton Conkle at the free throw line, looking to go 2 for 2. Conkle nearly averaged 25 points per game. First team All-Ohio selection each of his last 2 high school career seasons. Kid with over 1,700 points, but really strong rebounder as well, almost 8 per game. But you love this number, 5 dimes as well. So typically, kids that are scoring about 25 per game aren't sharing the rock quite in the manner that Colton was. Here's Perkins, tipped out of his hands. Ty kind of made his hay on the defensive end of things this last year, really setting up his offense. He's got 1 dunk already tonight. Here's Perkins again. Just lay it up soft off the glass this time. So we get the under 15-minute timeout. Allow for a pair of players from the North to check back in, and Jekel Cotton along with Jason Henlon. Jason off the screen, gets it over to Cotton. He'll let it fly, comes up short, but a long rebound tracked down here by Davis. Sets up Nick Ryan in the corner. It's really put on display kind of his full complement of talent. The offensive end, and now defensively with the theft. Send it ahead, Cotton barrels his way by, and he lays it in. North squad with the largest lead that they've enjoyed so far tonight. Punched it up to double figures now at 12. But Devin Brown, Mr. Basketball for the Coaches Association this year, D1 Player of the Year, trims it right back down to 10. Long 3 on the way from the Steubenville product. Rattles out for Aiden Davis. Back the other way, the lob up top. Too much for Tucker Howell. Now Davis from 3. And tipped out to Perkins. Perkins up to Stadelman. Looking to try the lane. 3 bodies waiting for him. Here's Devin Brown, the 3, and he knocks it down. Showcasing the range. See if Hanlon looks to go to work offensively. So we'll get a kick out in the 3 ball. Adelsberger misfiring. And it's into the hands here of Tucker Howell from Monroe Central. State champions this season. And Tucker named the Player of the Year in Division 6 as that one gets knocked down. Brown now has the last 7 points. And one opportunity on the way for Ryan Adelsberger. But check this out from Brown. He's kind of throwing the team on his back right now. And when you get named the Player of the Year by the Coaches Association at halftime, he just learned this. That's the only one award that's a mystery to everybody else. The Players of the Year in each division are aware, but they don't name an overall Player of the Year. So I think Brown taking that to heart. That's why he's been so aggressive here. As is Perkins. Shake, bake, pass off target for Howell on the cut. Here's Adelsberger. Big numbers for him this season. Love the scoring. Solid rebounder as well. And finished his high school career, how about this, with exactly 1,000 points around the back. Nice setup here on the fly. Buchanan hooking up with Brown. 9 in a row now. And he's pulled the South back within contention. Just a 2-score game. Ryan trying to change that. One of the few misses that Nick's had so far tonight. And then Henlon, pickpocket, sneaks it in. Nice setup here for Jekel Cotton. And won't have to travel very far for his college career at the University of Detroit, coming from Lima. Now Henlon on the attack. He's just so gifted with the basketball in heavy traffic. I almost feel like he is absurdly fast when there's a lot of different people and hands all swiping at the basketball. That's when Henlon kind of comes alive. In and out for Ty Perkins. Now to the corner, Adelsberger, who we just spotlighted. Can't knock it down. Long rebound and a 4-on-1. We'll see how Henlon elects to attack this. They'll lob it up, and Brown with some showtime off the setup there from Perkins. Typically OCC rivals combining tonight as we get a dipsy-do up and under left hand. Gorgeous stuff there from Nick Ryan. Adelsberger with the steal. The layup. And all of a sudden, the lead has been pushed back out to 12. Had the over-under tonight. What did I say, about 230? I think we're on track for a whole lot more than that. But the second half, been a ton of offense. It was 66-55 at the break. As that one rains home. Aiden Davis. He was 3 for 3 from downtown in the first half. Keeping the good times rolling here in half number 2 from the land of 3. D2 Player of the Year, Perkins misfiring. They'll get Adelsberger out ahead of the pack, and he'll just lay it in. Under 10-minute timeout. Hockey change here for the North. Take a look at Adelsberger's recent run offensively. Would love to see a throwdown there. Tried one and missed earlier, so perhaps a little bit gun shy. Let's take a look over at the bench, and the gentleman in the white t-shirt not participating tonight, Landon Vanderwarker from Delaware Hayes, a team that we covered quite a bit over the last few years. First team All-Ohio selection the last couple of seasons, and committed to move on and play at the Kent State University. Would have liked to see him participate. Still in the building though, as we get a swipe, a takeaway. 4-on-2. And the skip pass, 3, nothing but net. Luke Vlakovsky, he was hot early on in the game. Haven't needed his offense much. That is now his third made three-pointer. Strong take inside, hanging and baking it home. Caden Schaefer. He's got 6 points now. Long three, straight ahead off the front lip of the iron. Saved back in bounds, and Perkins up ahead for the two-handed throwdown. Schaefer now with back-to-back buckets. Walsh University happy to see that athleticism coming their way. Like a bullet train up ahead. They'll set it up here for Kropp. Another dunk here on his home floor. I'm sure Patriots fans enjoyed a lot of that throughout his high school career here at Liberty. Beautiful establishment as well here. I think one of the fastest growing communities in the entire country. New Olentangy school seems to be popping up just about every couple of years. As look again at Adelsberger and first team All-Ohio numbers here. 7 rebounds per game. Career high 33 points on an awesome night as we get a shovel pass in traffic. Won't land in its home, but how about that rip away? High off the glass, tipped around, tried to feed it inside for Perkins. And we'll be heading back with the North. These are all stars out here. Sometimes that ball just has a funky way of just finding its way all around the court, like a game of Plinko, clink, 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 this way, that way. Talked about Vanderwerker a little while ago. How about a double-double, Cat? Really impressive. Led his team to state Final Four a season ago during his junior campaign. And he's going to major in finance, so a kid that he's going to know what to do with his NIL money when he starts raking it in for the Golden Flashes. Almost 1,900 career points. Had a game this year, I recall, where he put up 45. Perkins and the Warriors were able to beat them twice. Their only 2 losses in the OCC Capital Division. And now off the pull-up, that's a little bit short. And tipped out here for Kai Cook. Skip pass, 3-ball, Perkins. Yep. Gets him back within 6. Healthy run going right now for the South All-Stars, as we're just over 6 minutes remaining. Called for it as Gross, double team comes. Gets the defense to lift. Koester, though, can't bury it. But he gets it right back on the defensive end. Nice fake. Gorgeous stuff there from Karter. Kid that you wonder if he's looking to take his game to the next level and play collegiately. Still undecided at this point. And I think that was intended to be a lob there from Blakowski to try to set up Aiden Davis for the dunk. Or Ganley, actually, I'm sorry, following the play. But it went in. So the old adage, better lucky than good. That's a 4-leaf clover right there, buddy. Big ovation for the South squad's Miles Montgomery as he checked out, kind of clutching at his right ankle. Fall away jumper and a late whistle coming in. I mean, you can't foul Tyler Kropp on his home floor here. Not a lot of contact there, but a reach-in foul is called against Braden Gross. First team foul in the second half against the North All-Stars. Kropp, of course, gets the friendly roll. Really solid free throw shooter, 72%. One more on the way for the second team All-Ohio selection. Splits the pair. Strong rebounds, ripped down by Conkle. Looks like we just got a little bit of moisture out on the floor. Very rainy night here in the greater Columbus area. Drove down from north central Ohio through some storms on our way down here, and I was told in between the girls' game and the guys' game, plenty of precipitation still falling out of the sky. Do want to say what's up to everybody out there watching live and free on our YouTube and Facebook page tonight. If this is your first time tuning into the OH Report, definitely drop me a comment bomb. We'll read it at the end of tonight's game. We'll go through and see what the activity was out in the chat section. So let me know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for tonight. Maybe you've got a player that you're specifically tuning in for. Obviously, athletes tonight represented from every single district in Ohio. As that one goes in for Braden Gross. Devin Brown handling. Kick out to the corner. We've seen these two. They've had some great continuity. Didn't end up with any points, though, this time off the left hand of Buchanan. Hop step collapses the defense. They'll find Buchanan backside. But Jason Henlon, this guy, he is a pickpocket artist. Kind of the basketball version of one of those thieves that you see like on those Oceans movies. About a dozen of them now. About a dozen points tonight for Jason. Adelsberger out of the corner, spins back, fall away, jumper, wet. Gorgeous stuff right there from Ryan. Stretches a lead back out. We didn't get any drama in the girls' game tonight. The South kind of ran away with the victory, but here, Devin Brown trying to get the South All-Stars back into the game as they'll trim the deficit back down to 10. Adelsberger zips it around to Cotton. Out of the corner, big shot for the Lima Senior product. And that's what you got to be these days at 6'7". Someone that can knock it down from long range, and he one of the best shooters at his size that I've seen, almost 50% from three-point range. Another fantastic shooter, Ty Perkins from Westerville North, down on the sideline, hanging out with Travis.
Here with state champion Ty Perkins of Westerville North. Ty, once again, congratulations on the state title. It was a fun run. We were able to get going with you guys to the state championship. Just take us through that. How great was it for you guys, especially your senior year, to make it to the top?
It was very exciting. You know, we worked hard for it, and just to go out with a win it was great.
And you've won so many games in convincing fashion. What's that just say about you and your teammates, just being able to be so dominant to compete for the top spot in the whole state of Ohio?
Just the work we put in, how close we are with each other, our chemistry, just always being with each other and trusting each other.
You're heading to the University of Akron. What did you like about Akron for you to choose that college?
It was just great. I like the coaching staff. You know, they're a winning program. They've been to the March Madness the last 2 years in a row, so they're very dominant. Then, like I said, the coaching staff, they all had good communication with me. They were all very great. They're great people. It just felt like home when I went there on my visit, so yeah.
So what's it like for your last high school basketball game to play with some of these great players?
It's great. Just being out here with the best competition in the state is fun. Getting to put on the jersey one more time is amazing.
Well, Ty, it's been a pleasure covering you the last couple of years. Congratulations and best of luck at Akron.
Sir, thank you.
Back to you, Brian.
One of the best players that we featured on the OH Report this year. Saw him, I think it was on his birthday too, had a career high like 33 points in a regional win over Big Walnut. Kid barely even missed in that game. And all of a sudden, the South squad can't seem to miss. They are coming on strong here at the end of the game. Just over 2 minutes to go. It is a one-possession game. Henlon trying to change it, but he leaves it right on the doorstep. And a big rebound set up for Devin Brown out the other way. 1 point game, and this is what we were expecting. When you got these type of competitors out here coming down to the wire, it's fun to see who rises to the crop. The top of the crop in these biggest moments. Chance to take the lead for the first time in forever. And they'll get it from the kid who calls Olentangy Liberty home. Boy, what a run here for the South. And we'll see who tries to weather the storm here. Henlon had always been that dude for Sandusky over the last couple of years. He'll clear it out, and the floater on the way. Big stuff here for Aiden Davis, future player for West Liberty University. Now all of a sudden we got a seesaw game. Wide open look for the lefty, a little short, but it'll be tracked down. Tucker Howe with the offensive rebound. Brown looking to go to work. The Swifty, Henlon on him, giving up a lot of size. Devin Euro steps in and out, collected his own miss. But Jason, how about going diving out there on the sideline, trying to keep it alive. How there with the offensive rebounds. You just saw the state champion, first one ever for any team from the county that he participated in, which is down in Travis's part of the state, Southeast Ohio. See if he's able to help get their team a victory here as a late whistle comes in. Henlon on the defense. I think still a few more fouls to give, though, here for the North squad. Fouls have not come very often tonight, as Brown trying to make a tough catch, and he's unable to do so. So with a 1-point lead here, the North looking to close out the victory. Can't imagine they're going to try to just hold. So Brown will foul. It's a third team foul. Playing college rules tonight, so 3 more fouls to give. The 4th would get him in the bonus. Obviously, who's got time for all that with just 17 ticks remaining on the clock? Or excuse me, that is their 5th foul, so 2 more. Just a little bit of confusion here if we're playing by the high school fouling rules or college. Since they're playing the 2 halves, you got to go by the college rules. So still have to do 2 more fouls, and that would put them, though, in the 1-and-1. You know, Henlon might be one of those dudes that, if you can, try to put him at the line. Only one of the, maybe the only weak spot in his game, 58%. Conkle's an 82% free throw shooter. He might be a good one to try to find here. Instead it'll be Gross. He hands it off right back to him, down to 10 seconds. And Gross will make his way to the free throw line. Even if he's able to knock down both, it'll still allow an opportunity for the South All-Stars. Try to force overtime with the triple. Earns the 2nd. You can tell for these high school kids, they're not accustomed anymore to the 1-and-1 now that we're 2 seasons in the state of Ohio of going with the NBA 5 fouls in a quarter. Hops the 2nd one in, so 3-point game. Brown with the basketball, and Henlon wisely going to foul. They've got a couple more to give here. And you don't want to allow any type of a transition pull-up shot for Devin Brown if you can avoid it. So put him in the half-court game. And these guys, they've had 2 practices together. There's not going to be very many plays. Wow, that spun out. That's as close as you can get. Would have been a huge moment for Tyler Kropp. Look at how close this one goes to sending us into overtime. Good night. Tough break for the South, but a really gutsy performance by them, battling back into the game. 120-117, the North with a victory, and an MVP about to be named. All the directors of the Coaches Association huddled together, presume that they've got somebody in mind that's going to be the most outstanding player of the night. Few worthy candidates, unquestionably. But the winner will be they are going with Jayden Crutcher. The 6'6" Louisville products will be heading to Walsh University next year. Receives the award. He's got some new hardware to go along with that district championship trophy that he and the Leopards were able to earn this season. We've got a commercial break coming up. When we come back, you will hear from the MVP. Then we'll shut things down here, final stats, and call it a night at the North-South All-Star Game.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Joined now by our player of the game, Jayden Crutcher from Louisville, showing out tonight. 17 points, 8 rebounds, almost a double-double in this big-time prestigious event. Let's just begin with that and what it meant to you to be a part of this game. A lot of the top talent from the class of 2025 all here on display, and you're one of them.
Yeah, no, I love playing with these guys. Don't get a real opportunity to do that very often, you know. Always go to different colleges. Might play them throughout the season a little bit, but most of these guys are from Columbus, Cincinnati, and I never get to play with them, so it's pretty cool.
Some of these guys out here are going to be going on to the collegiate level, as are you. So what did you most look forward to accomplishing in your very last high school game?
A win. Obviously, I think everyone wants to win, and game player of the game was just a bonus, but definitely win.
Was that a big talking point for you guys in the couple practices that you had to try to come out here and be victorious for the final time?
Yeah, 100%. It was play hard, get good shots, and win.
Talk about your high school career and season real quick during your senior campaign. You guys had some really exciting tournament games, made a nice run. What do you think you're going to remember most about your time at Louisville?
Probably the guys there. You know, I love hanging out with my friends, and in the locker room was one of the best times I had all day. So state championship was just icing on the cake, but to do it with my friends was pretty cool.
Yeah, unbelievable season for you guys, and finishing with, I think, the first state championship in school history. Is that correct? So how long has the celebration been going on? Has it stopped yet, where you're from?
It's dwindling down for sure, but I'm still getting it from, you know, some of these guys down here that I haven't seen before, getting me with congratulations, and you know, some of the teachers at school are just now, you know, seeing it or whatever. So, but yeah, it's definitely dwindling a little bit.
You hit basically the game-winning free throws tonight, so having to put your clutch genes on display when the South made a really nice run. How meaningful is that to you, that you know that you can dig deep in those type of moments here in this All-Star event?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Got a little trash talking in there at the end, but you know, to make two obviously was pretty good.
Well, big congratulations, man. It was a pleasure to watch you play here tonight, and during the state championships, we had a chance to make some highlights for your team as well. Before we turn you loose, if you want to look into the camera, just give as many shout-outs as you want.
Shout out to Coach Siegfried, my Louisville coach. Shout out to my teammates, my family, and God.
Excellent one to end on. Braden Gross, your MVP.
She got that.
Post-game coverage presented by BS Media Productions. A lot of drama here at the end of tonight's game. Nearly got overtime, but a Tyler Kropp three-pointer that went halfway home and lived out ended up being the difference. 120-117, the North, your victors. I am Brian Skronsky. Travis Berardi, who is working the sideline cameras and talking to all the athletes and the coaches here tonight, joining me as we're going through the final numbers here of the evening. And lots of offense, Trav. If you want to take a look at those final notes, they didn't really go crazy from three land. I love that these kids, they stayed in attack mode. It's just they're so gifted offensively. They shot a high percentage because, well, they're good.
Well, for the North, 18 threes. Didn't the Cavs hit 18 threes in the first half of their Game 1 victory in the playoffs, something like that?
Yeah, had 11 in the second quarter.
Crazy. But no, this is it's great when you look at a sheet and pretty much everybody that played got into the scoring column except for one, which was a couple tough misses by Tucker Howe from the state champs at Monroe Central. But this is what you want to see. You want to see these quality all-state district player of the year players, everybody showing out. We've seen, Devin Brown took over. If they would have won, he's probably MVP. You saw a couple other players like, Ty Perkins. We've seen him all year, what he's been able to do. It's great seeing all these guys come out and still, keep it going. Everybody showed out tonight. It was fun, even on the girls' side. A lot of contributors, and it was hard to see who the MVP would be because you just had such high-quality action.
Well, specifically because the North All-Stars won, they had 7 players in double figures and then 3 that all had 9 points. So almost everybody that was on the floor was in double figure scoring for them here tonight. And then on the flip side, you talked about Devin Brown. He really threw the South squad on his back. 12 of 16 from the floor. He ended up with 28 points. 30 points for Tyler Kropp, the hometown kid. It would have been tough to take it away from him if he were to be on the winning end of things here tonight too. But just a lot of great athletes, plenty of them that we've covered throughout the season.
Jason Henlon, he had a very good stretcher in the first half that you thought maybe he'd be the MVP. But like I said, all these players, this shows why they're in this game, because they're all high-quality athletes, and pretty much all of them going to the next level of play.
Yeah, Henlon with 11 points. Gross had those 17. We talked to him, and pretty cool that we had a state champion in high school win MVP in both games here tonight for the boys and the girls.
Yeah, it's cool when some of these teams' first state championships with the addition, the 7 divisions. But this is a cool night. Not in here. It feels like a sun. It feels like the MAC back at Colonel Crawford. But other than that, a very fun night for both the girls and the boys action.
But like all good times, they must come to a close like we do here tonight. Fantastic evening of basketball for you guys, for both the boys and the girls. Big shout out to my amazing crew for making it happen. Jory Hollenbeck, your top cam operator. Travis Berardi running the sideline cam here tonight, getting some interviews. Did you have a favorite out of the boys and girls game that you had a chance to talk to? A lot of good ones.
A lot of good interviews. A lot of good kids down there. I don't think I have a favorite. They're all fun to talk to.
Yeah, I shouldn't put you on the spot like that. They're all my favorite. It's like a proud papa talking about all of his kids. Adam Thompson was your director here tonight. I am Brian Skoronsky, your play-by-play dude. Saying so long from Olentangy Liberty. We'll see you tomorrow. We have got 9 games going down at the Buckeye Classic that will be taking place at the Polaris Mall. Really looking forward to that. If you want to be a part of that one, it is a special just $20 subscription, a one-time cost, and you can watch all the games. We've got plenty of big-time players going to be participating. But for now, for tonight, we are out of here.